Hello, my name is Kane Munro and today I'm talking about business and life advice in song lyrics. Now you can watch the song in the comments below, but these are the lyrics from it. Now often our expectations don't align with real life. The result is disappointment. Now remember when you were a kid and lined up for an hour to go on a ride at a theme park? Or when you lined up to meet someone you really looked up to? Or when you're an adult, when you went to that restaurant you really wanted to eat at? Or go to a movie that you'd heard great things about? It's likely that you have felt some level of disappointment with the end result, as the experience that you had built up in your head was so much better than what actually happened in real life. Disappointment is a normal part of life and everyone will experience it to some extent in their life. Hell, August 4th this year was a huge disappointment for those of you who lived in Victoria. That's because in Victoria we went from having 0 new COVID cases and expecting to get back towards COVID normal to instead barely more than 24 hours later being back in lockdown. It's now 57 days later and yesterday we had over 1,400 new cases and our only real way out is vaccination. Now talk about disappointing. Personally, I'd also sold a business not long before this and was really looking forward to the little bit of free time that this would have actually meant for me. And yes, I've had plenty of free time rattling around my 5-kilometre radius for a lot of time, but it's not really the same. It's just not. I've been waiting for this moment all my life, or at least the last 20 years, but it's not quite right. It's not fun to be disappointed either, but equally, you should not let it linger. While it's absolutely okay to take some time in your disappointment, try not to focus on your negative emotions for too long. Spending too much time and energy on your disappointment will have a detrimental impact on your mood and mental health. You can also view the disappointment as something you can potentially learn from. You can consider whether there is something you could do differently the next time around. You may need to do a bit of positive self-talk or some meditation or some mindfulness or some journaling. You may need to kick the negative people around you to the curb for a while and just surround yourself with some positivity and positive people while you get over it. A big one for me is to look after your physical health. Whenever I've had something stressful happen or a big disappointment in my life, I've always tried to prioritise my physical health as it has a big positive effect on my mental well-being and sometimes my language. I generally do some level of exercise every day, literally 7 days a week, not because I'm some vain bastard. Have you seen how bad my hair and facial hair look? But because it honestly just makes me feel a whole lot better. It's a way I cope with life and the inevitable stress and disappointment in it. It's much healthier than the red wine and dim sim method I probably used around 10 years ago. The point is that experiencing disappointment is often outside your control, but the way you deal with it is not. You can control that. You need to find your way. That's all this week. I'll be back with another lyric and the advice from it next week. Until then, stay safe, stay well, and don't let any disappointments linger.